Hi guys, we're going to be starting our first screencast of the entire year. So this is just like a benchmark, but instead of me being up in front of the classroom, you're going to be listening to Miss Murphy's beautiful voice. And this screencast is called Goals, the Age of Exploration. So make sure you have the appropriate sketch notes to fill in as we go along. So we've been talking about the age of exploration, where we have European nations going out and exploring other parts of the world. If you look here on the map, we're starting off exploring the old world. European nations are going to Asia first with Marco Polo and then looking for a water route to Asia, especially India. And on the way, the Portuguese then start to look into Africa as well. Why? It's not just like they're like, let's just get on a ship and go explore. No, there are concrete reasons why European nations, especially Spain and Portugal, want to expand. And the first reason is they want to spread Christianity. Most European nations believe in Christianity. They are Christians, and there's not a lot of religious tolerance going on. They believe that Christianity is the number one religion and that they need to help all other people that do not believe in Christianity and Jesus. They call these people heathens, and that they're somewhat below Europeans that believe in Christianity. So if you look here on this image, we have two priests, and these are known as missionaries. And they were sent out to all the areas that they colonized, also known as took over. And they were supposed to take the natives and convert them. So if you see here, this depicts a very positive image of these missionaries and this conversion that's happening, because we have these Africans from the different kingdoms looking like childlike, showing that, oh, look at us, these Europeans, we're going and we're helping them, we're Christianizing them, we're saving them. We'll later learn that at many different points in history, this idea of spreading Christianity became used as an excuse or justification to taking over other people. The United States in our future, years later, uses the same justification. So, A, we want to spread Christianity. We think it's the best, or Europeans think it's the best. 2, European countries want to expand their borders. The bigger borders you have, the bigger empire you have, the more power that you have. The most. It's like when people think that they have the biggest cars and the biggest houses and the most stuff, they think they're more powerful. And so that's what all of these European nations had in mind as well, especially the King of Spain and the King of Portugal. They start this whole entire thing off, and they want to claim as much land as possible. They want to expand. Now, this kind of ties into the third reason, but if you go into another country, they're going to have different natural resources than you, like spices, like jewels, like carpets, like silk that they do find in Asia at first. And if you go and you colonize or take over another area, you can make the people of that area really do whatever you say. They're not Spanish, they're not Portuguese, they're not your people, so you could take advantage of them. So bigger borders, larger empire, the more power you have. And so let's take a look on this map. I know it can be kind of confusing, but follow along. If we see here with Spain in the green, these are the areas of land they had taken over during the age of exploration. The Portuguese are this light pink color. As you can see, they really start this off in Asia and then in Africa. Spain gets on it later on. So first, the Europeans are exploring the old world, and later they're exploring the new world. But at this time that we're talking about, we don't even know this exists. Europeans don't even know that North America or South America is even on the map. They think it's just the old world that exists. But as we will learn on the next activity list, that all changes. So like I said, there is more to the idea of being powerful than just having land. You want to be rich. Who doesn't want to be rich? You want to make the moolah. You want to have the moolah. The more moolah you have, the more power and security you have. And so, like I said, the more natural resources you get, or the more treasures that you're taking from other countries and taking advantage of, the more money you're going to have. What are some examples? Like I said, silk, jewels, carpets, porcelain, all of these things that are not native to European countries that they can go and get in other parts of the world. For example, we know that spices are major. Marco Polo starts this off going into Asia and realizing, whoa, they have all these spices that we don't have in Europe. Let's create a market for this. Let's just basically steal all the spices from Asia and bring them back to European countries, and we could make a profit off of it. So you got to remember, let's put this in the mindset. We're going in the 1400s. Put your hands out and put your little cap on, your time machine cap on, because we're going back. There are no refrigerators. There are no hot pockets that you could keep in your freezer. That salami that you eat for lunch or bologna, it's going to go bad. There is no refrigeration. So what people would do to make sure the meat didn't go bad is they would literally drown that meat in salt. That is disgusting. Imagine eating a piece of chicken that's mad salty. That's not going to taste good. And so, basically it tastes like beef jerky if you ever tried that before. When Europeans discovered spices in Asia, they wanted more. This even made us try to find a water route to get all these things cheaper, because you could take these spices like pepper and then cinnamon and ginger, and that would kind of cover up that really salty taste of the meat. And even if your meat is spoiled, you can cover up that taste with a bunch of spices. And spices did not grow in Europe, only in Asia. So Europeans need to go to Asia to get these spices. How are Europeans also going to get rich? Gold. They needed to go to other countries to find gold. You'll see that at first they really weren't interested in the continent of Africa, but once they realized gold was there, they're like, heck, we're going to stay here. We're going to take advantage of this and get as much gold as they wanted. The more gold, the more money. You'll see that later on, this will eventually lead to the slave trade, because you can make money off of this. It's about spreading Christianity. It's about making your borders bigger, and it's about getting money, taking advantage of all these other countries and making a profit off of it. So there's 2 questions that you have to answer. I want you to bullet down the 3 goals of the Age of Exploration and tell me, how did the Age of Exploration make some countries more powerful? Try to be specific here. So I'm going to give you about 3 minutes, and then we're going to come together and I'm going to reveal the answers. Go. "30 more seconds and we're going to come together." All right, let's go over this. So if you're not done, just pause the video. So you should have down as the 3 goals: spreading Christianity during the Age of Exploration, expanding borders, and becoming rich, making a profit, making money. How did the Age of Exploration make some countries more powerful? Remember, the bigger a country is, the more powerful they are. This also allowed these European nations by expanding to get access to more resources and treasures that they could make a profit on. It's about the money, it's about the size. All right, great job. If you have any questions, let me know. You're done.